Good morning. When people go to the DMV, most of them aren't thinking about organ donation. But the DC DMVs are wonderful advocates for this important issue. And with me today, oh my gosh, I can't wait to talk to you about this. Lucinda is the director of the DC Department of Motor Vehicles, and you guys are doing wonderful things. People don't think about organ donation when you go to the DMV, but you're giving them reasons why, aren't you?
Absolutely, Angela. It is one of our requirements that when you come to get a driver's license or an ID card, that we ask the question, do you want to be an organ donor?
Okay, now that's so important, and we've had people on here who have received organ donations, and it's so apparent that it's very important. But I understand that you're actually going beyond just asking the questions. People have all kinds of misperceptions about why I can't give my organs. Talk about that.
Right. Well, we partner with the Washington Regional Transplant Community, or WRTC, and they're the ones who come and they give our employees training on the myths, the things that people think as to why they can't come. A lot of times people say that they're too old. You're never too old. You should always sign up. And then they also say, well, you know, I may have a disease or some kind of medical issue. You should still sign up. Let the doctors determine whether or not, you know, once you expire, whether or not you can, those organs can be utilized. But what we encourage people to do is sign up. That's the important thing.
So is that basically what you guys are being met with? Like if you were to, someone comes into the DMV and they're getting ready to get a new license or update their license, what's the typical scenario?
Well, a lot of times, you know, they've come to get the driver's license or to renew the driver's license or the ID card, and so they fill out the application. And so the question as to whether they want to be the organ donor is at the very top. And sometimes we don't know whether or not they just simply missed responding to the question. So if we do not see that yes has been checked, you know, the urge to say, well, you didn't check, but do you want to be an organ donor? And then many times the people will just say yes. And then sometimes, though, they'll say, oh, no, I want an open casket funeral. And we may have to say, well, being an organ donor is not going to stop you from having an open casket funeral. That's not going to be an issue. You're going to look perfect. You're going to look fine. And so a lot of times the employees really do have to take a moment and just really explain to the customer what it actually means.
Lucinda, I mean, just hearing something like that, it might sound a little bit crazy, but these are deep-seated myths, and people have real fears about that.
Absolutely. And so WRTC does a fabulous job partnering with us to make sure that our employees can answer those questions. And then sometimes if we get something too complicated, we can also call upon them, or we can refer people to the website, which is Donate Life DC for here in DC. And we can refer them to the website such that they can read up about it. I've had some people who say, they're not sure, they want to talk it over with family members, and we say fine. If you do not sign up at DC DMV, you can sign up online at donatelifedc.org.
Oh, that's very good. So you don't have to necessarily do it right then. You
don't have to, but you know, 99% of all people who have signed up to be an organ donor do so at their local DMV.
Okay.
So it is a place that is convenient.
And you can do it pretty immediately.
Absolutely.
Lucinda, thank you so much. You're doing great things. That's very important.
Well, Angela, thank you for allowing us to come and just share it with people.
That's good and very important, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. We'll be back with more Let's Talk Live coming up right after this.